This episode is brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Zach Miller Agency. If you're looking for an insurance agent with a personal touch, someone willing to have the real conversations about what's important to you, assistance with submitting claims, and offering quality coverage options, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Zach Miller Agency may be the place for you. Whether you need home, auto, farm, commercial, life, or health insurance, we're here for you. Check us out at agentzachmiller.com. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agriculture Insurance Company.
Welcome back to another episode of Touching Base. I'm Zach Miller, joined by my co-host Vance Neidig, and we're thrilled to introduce Norfolk's 2025 Person of the Year, Andrea Libengood. Andrea, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. Thank you for answering 100 questions before we even started, too. So I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? We're here to answer questions and ask questions, and
we'll see how this goes.
It'll be good. Yeah. So I want to kind of start right away with you just won Person of the Year. When you heard, what was your honest first reaction?
So the funny thing is I just got done picking up my daughter from school, and Tim Pearson, who is over at Norfolk Daily News, had given me a call, and I hadn't talked to him in a couple of years. I actually used to serve on the Nebraska the Norfolk Area Community Foundation with him. He was the chair of that particular organization before I took over as the chair. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to Tim in so long. I'm like, I wonder what's going on. He goes, so we kind of caught up for a couple of minutes. He says, actually, I have a reason for calling you. And it's one of those things that you're thumbing through. You're like, why is the newspaper calling me? Like, what did I do?
What happened?
What didn't I do? What happened? What am I not aware of? What's going to be published tonight's paper? All those things. So it was a pleasant surprise when he said, actually, I'm calling for some exciting news. There were multiple nominations for you this year, and you were selected as the Norfolk Area Person of the Year. And so I was just like, no way. So that was my initial, though that was a long way of getting to the answer, but that was my initial reaction of there is no way. And I was like, what for? What happened? So shocked, surprised is probably what the initial response was.
You had no clue.
I had no idea.
That's good.
Which is really good. I think I ended up I had a nice stack of recommendation letters that were sent. And all of those people, I was fortunate enough to get copies of them. I was able to read them all, which is nice. You know, you file those away for like rainy days when you want a little bit of a pep talk. But I got to read through them all, and all of them did not say a single word to me. The one that surprises me the most was my daughter actually submitted one.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. So there was a couple of people behind the scenes that worked with my husband, Dusty, and said, hey, what would be really cool is if she would submit one on for you. I'm like, that's really cool. It was a lot of fun. So
good. Mm-hmm. A lot of people describe you as someone who connects people and makes things happen. Where do you think that comes from?
I don't know. Probably a couple throughout different experiences in my life. I had like the military chapter. I served just over 9 years with the Army National Guard, and a lot of connections made through there. I've had some really cool career experiences here locally at a couple different companies, and more recently right now I'm at Dayco's, and that's really foster relationships in those environments. And then this last 8 years or so, I've really found my place in the community, and through those community involvement in those pieces, it's just like, the connecting of whether it's connecting of projects or connecting of people, and just how instrumental and how much faster and further you can go when you can foster that skill. So I think it's definitely something I'm still working on. So that's why I feel like I almost undeserving of this, but I was really appreciative for people saying that about me. So
yeah, I would say, I mean, you always seem to bring people together. So I think it's I've known you for a while now too. He's known you longer than I have, but it's definitely been a quality of yours.
Thanks. No, that's fun. Always can be better. And it makes it easier when you have a lot of people who want to work together for the greater good. So that's pretty cool.
Willing participants
make it I
What do you think Norfolk saw in you that made them pick you for this?
I I don't know. It was a really cool year. And I feel so cheesy. I always say the word cool over and over. The most recent article, I think I said the word cool like 8 times in 2 sentences. I'm like, that is so embarrassing. And of course they quote me with that.
We'll make sure every clip we make of this show has cool in every one of them.
Cool. It's so
That's
cool.
gonna be your tagline.
So what happened here? So I was involved in 3 really cool, 3 different initiatives this year that I think kind of just highlighted this piece or this chapter in the work that I did. So as I was sharing, I'm a co-chair, or I am the chair of the Norfolk Area Community Foundation Fund. I don't know if either of you are familiar with a whole lot that they do to a degree.
I hadn't heard about it until you got your deal.
That's awesome. So that's not awesome. We need to do better getting our name out there. So we are an affiliate fund of the Nebraska Community Foundation. So the Nebraska Community Foundation works with multiple communities across the state where these communities are standing up endowments. And the advantage of an endowment, right, is that you can invest your money, and each year there are payouts, and you can grant to various projects, to the nonprofits, grant to various nonprofits each year. And the advantage of having an endowment is that you're investing the money for the future, because if I would leave money behind and I would just donate it to the now, I don't know what the community's needs are going to be 20 years down the road. Heck, with technology and all the changes, I don't even know what the needs are going to be 6 months from now. And so there's a lot of advantages working within this endowment type nature, right? So I part of the Norfolk Area Community Foundation. In addition to our community fund that we have, there are multiple like donor advised funds. So there's either individuals, families, businesses who have set up their own endowments, and they're doing something similar. I believe there's 7 of us in the area. And we came together and we formed the Norfolk family of funds, because we said, bring our powers together, whether it's the relationships with the nonprofits, relationships with donors, or the and the various and even our funds. Because myself as a Norfolk fund, I might not be able to fund a project, but if I come together with your fund, maybe we can come together and do some good for that nonprofit. So I'm taking a long time to answer the question.
That's fine.
I will get there, I promise.
The longer you answer, the longer the show is, which is great.
Oh, we'll see. So anyways, about a year and a half ago, this collective fund group came together, and we were trying to form and say, what's our purpose? Like, yes, there's some good conversations happening, but is there anything specific efforts that we want to do? So I think one of the projects that were highlighted was just the forming of the organization. So that Norfolk family of funds.
Was anybody resistant to that?
No.
Or was it pretty well?
It was pretty well received amongst all the groups. I think we were all trying to figure out what our play is. I think we all know that we're stronger together. And so there really wasn't a whole lot of resistance of like, why would we do this? It's only for the greater good. So I love that. That's a great question. Because I've actually been asked by some other communities who are like, how do you guys make that work? Because in maybe some other communities, there could be some resistance because are they all looking for the same donors? Are they, are they in competition together?
Right.
And we put that all aside, and we're all really at the same place, which is really, really nice. So it's really that forming and that continuation of the Norfolk family of funds. One of our projects that we came together for is what we call Pitch Night. So what we do, we're getting ready for our fourth one in April.
So I definitely have heard of that.
You have heard that.
I've heard of the pitch night.
Yeah,
I just didn't know what it was.
That's been really fun. We hold it in April and October. We're getting ready for our 4th one. We invite 4 to 5 nonprofits to the table, and it's kind of like a Shark Tank, where they come out and they pitch their project. What are they working on? And it's really,
I was thinking pitch like the card game.
Oh, that's fun too. We have not gotten card plating involved yet.
All right,
not yet.
Now it makes more sense.
Maybe that's what's happening in 2026. We'll see. So pitch like it's sales pitch.
Sales pitch. Got it. Yep.
So these nonprofits come in and they literally have 20 minutes. They get in front of all of these donors, ultimately, as well as we invite some other community leaders or some other businesses we thought that would be interested in giving back to the nonprofit community. And then they have 20 minutes to pitch their project, make their ask, and open for questions. And then we say, we'll get a hold of you, which is kind of a stressful scenario. It's really kind of Shark Tank-ish. But we've had some really good success and some really cool projects come forward through that. And so 2025 was really good. We held it twice, that April and that October. And so that would be like the second thing that was part of this award. And then the third.
Do you have a lot of people watching that? Is it open for like spectators?
No, not yet. But I am curious. We don't know, what does 26 and beyond look like? Who else would be interested in attending? Yes.
What I would bring up is like it'd be a possibility. I think it'd be cool to invite, the business leaders and stuff because, yeah, you guys got your funds, but you can only pick what you can pick. Maybe somebody in the audience would be listening to a pitch and be like, this is my cause. This is what I want to join. And you could get people. So not only, I think it would only benefit the people pitching for their nonprofit or whatever their project or whatever is, because there's a chance that they could pick up somebody else to help into their cause. And maybe they don't have it right now, but maybe the next time you guys have a pitch night, they'd come and they'd have it.
Yes.
Right. So like, that's where I would think it would just be a benefit to have people. I mean, if you could do it in a place that, open to the public, you can come watch these pitches, watch what we're doing.
Yes.
Do you think that would deter some of the people that come present?
It wouldn't not if you care about it. It would get rid of the people that really don't care about their nonprofit.
I suppose.
But if you're going to the pitch night, I don't think that matters.
Right.
I think there's a lot of value to that. And that's where we've been exploring, like who is on this invitee list and how does that exactly work? Especially with some of these funds, we have specific mission, vision, values that we fund to. And maybe there's a nonprofit that poses their project, but it doesn't align with what we have, or maybe we just don't quite have the funding. How can we get those nonprofits in front of more funders?
That's kind of like the reason, like we do our Swearing is Caring event, our charity event, and we've made it to where it's got to be something that isn't getting a lot of push. We don't want to go to your big nonprofits or like, I get it. They're all really good, but some of them get more than their fair share, as opposed to some of these. I think there's a lot of good nonprofits or charitable entities or stuff like that that get overlooked all the time because maybe they're not also not asking. So, I mean, that's a possibility too, but that's where I think, I mean, obviously each group is going to have your group or say my group or this person's group are all going to decide like, I would like to focus on this, and maybe something comes across that it works great. Like this is something I can stand beside, but maybe you wouldn't really want to. So that's why I think it would be awesome to have other people just, watching. Maybe it gains nothing.
Right.
But I don't think it could ever hurt.
I agree with you on that too, because especially if, maybe I cannot fund you now. I now have a relationship with you. And so maybe I can I remember you were doing good work on this. I can call you up and say, well, what are you doing now? 2 years down the road, whatever it is. And said, I remember seeing you. Like it goes back to that building relationships. You never know when that relationship could be used and valuable and important. I think I don't know what the next iteration of it is, but I think there's a lot of different opportunities, whether it's on the nonprofit side, the funder side, or something else. I'm excited for it. Yes. Yeah. Yes. And I love the work you guys are doing with the Swearing is Caring. That is pretty darn cool. Have you selected who was the last one?
So with the complications that the Norfolk Senior Center had last year with what do you want to call it?
The general manager.
The general manager
director
was kind of taking some funds. There was some fraud going on. So we weren't able to ever get a hold of her, and we wanted to give all the money at the same time. So Smile Inc., which
love them. Yep. Love Patty over there.
So Patty got $1,000, and then the Norfolk Senior Center got $1,000 from us, cool. And we just were able to deliver it in February.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
So finally,
isn't that such a great feeling to be able to deliver that too? That's like one of my favorite parts of like of making.
It's the best part.
Oh, it's so cool.
They're always so happy.
And so
we've done 3. We did 1 the first year and then 2 this year. We did the Northeast Food Pantry the first year.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a great cause as well. I think, Vance, you said something too that I think is interesting. There are a lot of really cool nonprofits in the area, and they're typically sometimes there's people who are very passionate about the cause, and sometimes they're wearing like 5 different hats. They're the marketing manager, they're the finance, they're the cause driver, they're all those things. And so maybe they don't have enough time to formally get in front of donors and all those pieces. And again, like, what sort of platforms can you help bring those entities together, which is a great segue for the third project that we worked on, which is one of my favorites. If that's okay, if I can move on to that. We stood up, as a Norfolk family of funds, we said, you know what, this is a unique place, and we should build some sort of platform that helps bridge the donors with the nonprofits, with the people who want to volunteer and all those sort of things. Where can we get a one-stop shop? Just so happens there actually is a platform out there that's already created that you can do that. And so it's actually, the platform as a whole is called Share Good. And so we worked with them to stand up this platform, and it's branded Share Norfolk. So go to Google Share Norfolk. I think it's sharenorfolk.org. I think we are an ORG. And that's exactly that. If you splash onto the homepage and it says, I am a volunteer, and it links you with, right now we have 32 nonprofits on the platform. We would love to expand those, especially for those who are maybe less represented, so busy. At least they can get, it's free to join the website. It's free to get your marketing material out there. And so that was kind of the third project we did to stand that up. Worked really closely with the Philanthropy Council. It's a group of nonprofits that get together each month. And they hosted their Big Give event in last May on this platform. And they're getting ready again to host it on this platform as well. So we just want to continue to expand that outreach, whether it's nonprofits going there, donors, volunteers, just all the community neighbors ultimately. So I just so happened to be the one who kind of project managed some of these things. And so I think that's why I was named for this award, even though it's really not my award. It's really the Norfolk family of funds, because this collectively as a group are the ones who did this great work in that last year. So,
well, somebody's got to get it right.
Someone, I guess.
You wore a lot of hats to get all that done, though.
Yeah. But it was because I worked with a lot of great people, you know, like that. It was a fun year. It was a really, really fun year with a lot of good things happening. So good. I was just so fortunate to be there.
Yeah, definitely. So. And then kind of going back to our swearing, you asked if we had picked anybody. So people get to pick at the event which nonprofit or charitable organization they want to donate to.
Yeah, anybody that shows up to the event, and
you do a voting system.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a voting system. Nomination system, and then there's a committee that goes over all the nominations.
So you come in and you write on there which one you want, and then it goes into a bucket, and then we count them later on.
Yeah, that's got to be. Oh, so the vote, that's got to be hard.
It's difficult.
Yes. There's so many great causes and great people, and you just want to give the money to everybody.
We had a bunch last year, great ideas that I'd never even heard of, never been around. And we settled on 2. And
yeah. If you ever know of any projects that are happening, send them our way. We'd love to have them on pitch night. So yes,
that'd definitely be good.
Cool, very good.
Okay, we're gonna step back in the Wayback Machine a little bit and kind of go origin story.
Oh gosh,
and move through that, and then we'll move into today.
When I was a young girl.
So where did you grow up, and what was your this shape me moment early on?
So I grew up in Battle Creek. So I'm born, raised, pretty local. Vance and I actually graduated together. Yep. Funny thing.
We were neighbors, too.
We were neighbors. I think we literally...
Yeah, right across the road.
Right across the road for, I think, up until my freshman year or something like that. Yeah, so...
I don't remember when you guys moved, but somewhere around there.
Yep, moved into town and stayed Battle Creek. So I was born and raised Battle Creek my entire life. I joined the Army National Guard when I was 17, so a junior in high school. In between my junior and senior year, I went off to basic training. Why did I do that?
Do a lot of people do that?
Yes, it was very popular when I was doing it. Really? That's also been a couple years ago.
It was shortly after 9/11. I mean, that'd have been 2 years after?
Yes, I joined 2003.
I guess I just always thought people did it after high school, but you said it was between junior.
So I did my basic training junior, senior year. I came back my senior year and I could run like crazy, and I was in great shape. I'm and I remember the coaches were all like, "That was wonderful, summer training, summer camp." I'm like, "Was it wonderful?"
Was it? Was it really though?
You didn't have to go through the 9 weeks that I went through, but yep, it was wonderful. No, but it was quite an experience, right? To be able to do that, and then graduated my senior year with Vance here. And then went off and I had the second phase of training, because then there's like advanced individual training for your specific job. And that was 8 weeks. And I did that. I chose that in my life because I wanted to, one, get college paid for, and it provided me those resources. And I did, and I wanted to not skip a beat with my education. And so that's why I did the split op specifically, like split between, because then I could start college like with everybody else. Well, like you said, it was after 9/11, and I went to first year of school down at UNO, and then I got deployed to Iraq. I spent 15 months over there, and I did that deployment. And I think, to answer your question, that is probably one of the first like life shaping moments, was that military experience and just learning to lead. I was quiet. I feel like I was kind of this quiet, nerdy.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, I wouldn't say nerdy, but I wouldn't say you were super loud.
I played sports, but I wasn't like the loud person. I was not the leader
You
of the
this
team.
Class clown.
Yeah, I was.
You weren't in the principal's office with me. I don't understand what was going on. Makes no sense. That was my favorite time, was down there.
So, but I think I did schoolwork. I never even got in trouble, but I would never have called myself a leader in high school. But I think that military experience really gave me the confidence of like, okay, leading can look differently for people. So I think that was like a really pivotal time. And then when I came home from that, I said, okay, I got a decision. I can either go back to Omaha. I loved UNO. I loved it down there. Or is it maybe time to stay close to home? And that's another pivotal part of like what shaped me to who I am today. Was like, okay, no, you know what? There's something about being home. I liked being home. And so I stayed in Norfolk. I went to Northeast Community College, went to Wayne State, and then here I am. However many years later, I never ended up venturing away. And I love that because this area gave so much to me. So I'm able to give back. So that was a decision that really shaped me. And then later on down the road, my current employer, I'm with Dacos, and Dacos has an interesting way of doing things, in a good way. And I think that's formed me not only in my community involvement, my leadership, and those sort of pieces. I've been around some really good leaders and some great mentors in a bunch of different places. But I would say multiple pieces that have formed me in different ways, has kind of to go for the way back machine to the today machine.
I always say it's a puzzle. Just every piece has got to fit perfectly.
Isn't that kind of like that? Like, what are your guys? I mean, what do you think? If there's like moments, there's like multiple moments in your life, right? When you're just like, that transitioned.
Yeah, I think that, sports was obviously a big one for me to develop leadership skills. And then college was a thing of the downside, right? I didn't do well in college. I kind of effed around and put me behind. And then having a child.
Yes.
So there's a lot of different moments that build you to the person you are today.
Yeah, those pieces, they really are. And sometimes you don't realize it in the moment. That's the crazy part.
You never do.
Yeah.
No. It takes years to look back and be like, wow, that really was what put me to be the person that I am right now.
Yes. And it's hard for people to pause and reflect and think about that. Because sometimes, to your point, you don't want to talk about those college years. You're like, oh man.
I talk about them all the time. But just to tell people like, hey, maybe you should get to work.
Yeah, that's good.
I had a lot of
that's
fun,
good
though.
take.
It was don't get me wrong, it was a blast, and I probably wouldn't trade some of those times for the world, but it did put me a few years.
Yeah.
A few years behind in life.
That reflection exercise though, looking back on the things and then saying, oh, and it being the way that it shaped you to who you are, and you guys are pretty cool people. So.
Well, thanks.
I don't really think there's anything it's just a series of bad decisions has made me where I am. Good decisions, bad decisions. It's I'm continuing through life and doing the best I can. I don't know. I don't have any idea of where I am. I know I wouldn't, if I wouldn't have failed through school and partied and done all that stuff, I wouldn't be going back to school. So I don't know.
There's a plan. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't make sense necessarily as we're working through it, but there's a plan that.
I always think, you think about the people that have come in and out of your life, and maybe that was part of the path you were supposed to be on. Maybe you were supposed to be there for those people at that point in time because maybe you were their lifeline of some kind, and it just was your path to take off for that little bit, and then now you reconnected, and I think about that kind of stuff too. Mentorship
shows up in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Right? Oh God, we went deep. Gotta tear up.
But yeah, and then so like, what what did younger Andrea think success would look like? If you think back, kind of good segue into this. We were just thinking back, think back. What did younger Andrea think success would look like?
Yeah, and I don't know if you in Norfolk, small town, because you went to NPS, right?
Yeah.
You graduated from there. I thought growing up in a small town, in order to be successful, you had to get out of the small town. You had to go to the big school out of town and get the big job in the big city and all those things. And maybe that was me putting it on myself. But
I think there was a generation that Battle Creek was that way. I do believe that was kind of a thing for a while. You had to get out, but
I can tell you, my generation at NPS was that way.
Was it the same way too?
I think
Even
it was-
in a mid-sized town.
Well, everybody shoved college down our throats when we were in school.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we all went through it.
It's a
You got to go
traditional path.
got to
It's a
go to
traditional
school,
path.
got to go to school, got to go to school, got to go to school. So yeah, I went to UNL, thought that's a great idea. Well, yeah, and it turned out, not really. I mean, it's a waste of money. If you get the right degrees, I do love college, and like I said, I'm going in an end goal to get a law degree. I think there's certain degrees that's the only way to get them is through college, right? To get into that profession, your STEM stuff. But I think that they forced a ton of people into really bad decisions through schooling and financial hardships through schooling because of loans and stuff like that. So I think there was a generation where it was, and I don't really blame the teachers, but it was just that industry was, you got to go do this. You got to do this. You got to do this. Well, you really don't.
I think the counselors, were they limited with, I don't know. That's how many years ago. Were they limited with resources and they said, okay, here's your college options. This is the path.
You just never really,
I think it was a national movement.
Yeah.
You just never really talked about what you hey, what's your skill set? These things would be good to go into.
Well,
it was never that.
Yeah.
Look, when we went through school, we didn't have an ag program. We didn't not much of a real shot program like they have now. All that stuff is starting to come back into high schools, to get that technical education back into it. And so you're figuring out some of these people. We had some people in our class that, they're probably never were academically the right fit to keep going academically, but they could have been done much better served doing some stuff in that high school stuff to the vocational side of it, to, that they're extremely gifted in certain things mechanically or building wise or something like that maybe we should have been pushing that a little bit more.
You know what I think is really cool? And the Career Scholar Program, for example, that NPS has, I love those sort of options. And I'm kind of jealous growing up that I didn't have those options, because I wonder what I would have explored earlier on. And I think even Battle Creek has a co-op on their Fridays that they partner with businesses, and
they go spend half the day there.
Yeah, and it's even better than we have that work study. You could leave an hour early.
They get paid for their work study now.
Yes,
I think, so.
And they're real legit good jobs that will prepare them for whatever their next path is, whether it's an academic path or straight to the workforce path or something else, right? And so I think there's a lot of more tools and resources out there, and I love that. And so I think younger me, going back to the question, is younger me was thinking that in order to be successful, you had to go down this traditional college out of town, big city job, all those sort of things.
Got to get a really high paying job.
You got to do all the things. And you know what? It shows
when
up.
I could have went straight out of high school into something like Nucor and been set for life, but that was not the right way to go.
Yeah. So I think we're writing that, it seems like, with the different programs that the schools have and the opportunities and experiences. So again, I'm jealous. I wish I would have had those when I was younger, but like we said, everything happened for a reason, and it's all part of the puzzle. And so here I am.
That's a good answer.
Here we are.
In your mind, were you always a community builder, or did that kind of develop later? I think you kind of already answered that a little bit, but
I think that developed later. I didn't exactly know I didn't know how, and what does volunteering mean? Because volunteering shows up in so many different ways. And so, no, I think that really has showed up in the last 8 years or so, where I'm just trying to figure out what is my part of the community? How can my current skill sets benefit that community. I'm probably a project manager at heart. And so this last year of, like I said, I kind of project managed these things, or I was part of project managing these things. It complemented it. And so it wasn't like trying to make me something I am not. And I don't know. I don't know exactly how I stumbled into it, but I think it was just those maybe an aha moment over the last 8 years or so, and some relationships that people introduced me to. I'm forever grateful. One of my old coworkers over at McMill, he's actually the one who reached out and said, "Hey, Andrea, are you interested in joining the Norfolk Fund?" And I said, "I don't know what it is. Like, tell me more about it." And I said, "Sure, that sounds like something I could enjoy." And it's really kind of evolved from there. So I would think that the last 8 years just trying to find my place. And I don't know what my place is long term, because that's going to change too, because we'll all gain different skills, and how does that look, and how does that show up, and how can we all help each other in different ways? So.
Yeah, you think back 10 years, like I never would have thought I'd be the position I am now, or what am I going to be 10 years from now?
Yes.
So it's or even 2 years,
5 years from now, like, yes. Yep.
Yeah. It's just crazy to think about when you.
I don't like to plan a week ahead.
You're going for law school. I think you better be
I don't like planning.
Longer than a
Zach knows I'm not a planner. I'm real bad.
You got a runway in front of you, man.
The only reason this guy even uses a calendar is because I made him use one when we started the podcast.
Because you have invites for this on there.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, you have it on your phone. I don't use that.
Oh my god!
Just tell me, I'll try to remember.
Because I had to tell him to start putting his things in there so that I can see when I'm, instead of having to text back and forth, "Hey, can you do this day? Hey, can you do this day? Hey, this. I just can see the schedule.
That's sweet. You guys have shared calendars. I love that.
And because I'm Apple and he's Android, I had to create a whole new calendar.
Android's the right answer, by the way.
Yes, yeah, whatever. But I have 3 different calendars I have to keep track of.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that's got the off calendar. Your mom has one too.
You're right.
Yeah, but parents are different. Friends should not have to have this sort of special treatment.
It worked out. It made my life easier, so I was fine with it.
To expose.
Yeah. Do you want to kind of go down your work path? I don't know how much, if you want to go down where you started, or if you just want to go straight into what you're doing now.
Sure. Yeah. Did you have another question?
Well, not about your origin. We're going to kind of just move into jobs.
Okay.
So the questions that I have are going into you as the COO, right?
Yep. Yes.
Of Dayco. So I don't know if you want to just go straight into that, or if you want to talk about McMill, or if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. We'll run through it all, because I think it all forms a part of you, right? And so I was at McMill. I exited the military. I was doing a stateside deployment. I was getting a unit ready to go to Kuwait. And then that mission got called off because we had pulled all the assets out of Iraq, and that mission wasn't there anymore, and all those things. And I'm just like, all right, you just graduated. Fortunately, like I said, I went to school to get my college paid for. The government, the Guard, paid not only for my undergrad, but my grad degree too. So that's kind of an awesome perk type of thing. So I'm like, all right, I was already a year and a half behind because I did the deployment thing, and I'm kind of spinning. I'm like, it's probably time to grow up now. Like, this is fun, but let's try to get a job. And I don't know the uncertainty with, am I going to be at war? Do I not, all those things. So I ended up deciding to exit out, which that tends to happen in the military. People will go to that halfway point, that 9-10 years, and they're like, ooh, can I do this all over again? And at that point, I had decided, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do this is that chapter. I love that chapter. I'm ready to exit that chapter. So then I lucked out. I applied for a job that I was not qualified whatsoever at McMill. But my resume looked unique. And so they brought me in like, hey, the job that you applied for, you don't have an accounting degree. You're not a CPA. Like, you should not have this, but we have this other position. And I jumped onto Retirement Plan Consultants was the company. They were just growing and forming. And that was just a fantastic opportunity, because I got to learn a lot of things and do a bunch of skills and fail fast and all those sorts of pieces. And so I stayed there, and I just needed a change of pace. I jumped to another firm in town. It wasn't quite the change of pace that I wanted. And so then I I went back to my former boss at McMill and I said, "Hey, do you know of anybody in this community that is looking for somebody that would need my skill set? Don't burn bridges. So important to not burn
Yes.
bridges. Is that again that relationships. Always keep those
Right.
relationships because you never know when you're going to go back to them." And he introduced me to the Brandon Day at Dayco's, and that's kind of where I folded. So I'm very heavy military, and then I've had those kind of couple of different sectors, small business. I learned also early on that I didn't want to work in a corporate type of job or like a military-esque type of job because it's hard to make influence and make change happen because there's so much red tape. And I kind of found that perfect size at that organization size at McMill, or that 50, 60 employees. I'm like, yes, things can happen and things can change. And so when I jumped over at Dayco's, I fell into a position I loved, the people I love. And I moved from project manager. And then I think I've been in the COO role for the past, has it been 3 years now? 3, 4 years now, maybe? Just
That's
after
great.
COVID, I think. So that was a longer answer than you wanted for that.
No,
but-
like I said, the longer you talk makes my job easier.
So yes, that is how I've gotten to be where I'm at. And yes, I'm
That was
currently.
a pretty quick transition from project manager to COO.
Yeah. So I've been there 8 years now. And
Has it
so
really been that long?
yes.
God, that makes me feel, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was that long.
I blinked and I'm like
Yeah.
all of a sudden like, holy moly, 8 years. So yeah, I think I did the project management for 4 things. Maybe in my 4 and 4 years, maybe I've been half the time there. Yeah, I fell on some projects that expedited my skill set and all those sort of things. And it just like naturally the company was growing and needed this role. And it was just like, it aligned well, I think. And so perfect place, perfect time, did all the right things and kind of thing. So
Nice.
yeah.
For the people that don't really know, what does the COO, like a normal day of a COO, look like, and what does it really mean in practice?
I don't know either. So maybe I should ask the people who.
What do you do?
I
What
don't
do you do,
know.
Andrea?
You don't know what you do.
I really-
I just show up,
So
and for
it's
some
chief
reason they pay
operating
me.
officer
Yes,
is what it is.
yes.
So that's your title.
That is.
There's
Oh,
just money that keeps showing up in my account. I don't
I
get
don't
it.
know. Well, I can't be doing that bad. But that's okay. So,
And you're technically second in command, correct?
right. Mm-hmm. Right. So partner in crime, Brandon Day is our CEO there. Yes. So what do I do on a day-to-day? Day-to-day changes every single day, but ultimately what my position is chartered to do or works to do is to execute the strategy amongst the organization and make sure I just have a constant pulse of what's going on in the organization, all the way from our operations. I have software engineers. We have a team of engineers there. And then what I call business ops, which is your finance, your marketing arm, and all those sort of things. I'm an expert at nothing, but I just have a general pulse on everything at all times.
You're just going to keep everything going.
It just kind of keep everything going and make sure that we're always moving forward to that strategic vision and what nudges are we making if we do go off course and do course correction. And so that's where what does your day-to-day look like? I don't know. It really depends on what the day is. There's some constants, just making sure we deliver our services to our customers, making sure we're holding out, supporting the community in the ways that we need to do. But that's kind of what I love the job so much, is because every day is so different. And that it just keeps it unique and all the things. So
Well, good.
mm-hmm.
So we'll just chalk it up to we don't know. What
We
you do.
don't know what I do. Ask my coworkers. They probably say, I don't know what she does either.
What leadership trait do you value most in people around you?
People around me, what leadership trait? All of the above. You guys
Or
go,
even what do you look for in a leader?
Yeah. What do you look for in a
Maybe
leader?
not just around you, but what would you say
yes.
would make a best leader in your opinion that you would see in somebody, whether they're around you or involved with you or not?
Yeah, willingness to fail, and failing forward and failing fast, and being bold, and let's try something new and let's do something different. Let's challenge, just because it's always done that way or it's easier to do it that way. let's think differently, because that's what's going to make us be different and help us last long term and keep us going. So I really appreciate that. Yeah. Failing forward, failing fast is probably like one of my favorite traits among many.
That was always one of my biggest pet peeves in corporate America. Working for that was never being able to question the way things are done.
Yes.
And that's probably why I never stayed anywhere too long. Because I'd always buck the system.
I also hate fixing something that's not broke.
Yeah.
Drives me insane.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you were doing the wrong thing. Let's leave this part alone. Let's work over here and fix this, not this. Because now you've got two messed up facets that we're dealing with. Now we got to fix them both because you screwed this up. Because, and I get where you're coming from, but I get sometimes being in the corporate world or the manufacturing world or different jobs I've had, I kind of bristle when you say like, let's try something new.
You've got some scar tissue.
To an extent, yes, I'm all about it. But then there's times where it's like, come on. Like, not this.
Well, it's a little different in the manufacturing world, I guess.
Yes.
Not really, because you can change things. Obviously, there's new tools come out, new machines. There's new everything. So you can make stuff streamlined. It's gotten a lot better with, your jigs. You got robot welders. You got all this other stuff going on. So, yeah, you can try new things.
Yeah.
But there's certain things
in
moderation.
Do you think, though, that maybe those situations, your scar tissue, did they lack doing like proper like risk assessments and pausing and fully understanding the process and what risk that this change could?
I believe there's too many people that went to college that think they've done risk assessment.
Well, and there's a difference between doing a chart risk assessment.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Though. Like there's people that think they know what they're doing and they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Just because you have a 4-year degree in a certain field doesn't mean you know how to do.
So that's one of my pet peeves. I don't know if that's one of the next questions, but like working in a vacuum. Because I think that's what you're sharing there, of like people who just work in the vacuum and think like, okay, I know everything. I know the answer to this. But like, no, it goes back to
that's a bad thing in the corporate world. It's all over.
Yeah.
It's an indictment on our education system, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think people have been, there's a lot of people that have 4-year degrees. I know, everybody knows these people are not smart enough. Like, they're just not. Like, I get it. You passed the class, but
he's got some scar tissue. Something really happened.
This is a feeling I've had forever, though.
Sure.
I mean, I went through high school. I didn't have a good GPA, but I was very intelligent. I just didn't do the work because I didn't want to. It was pointless for me to do it.
Yeah.
I do feel like there's a lot of people throughout my life in every education stop I've been at. It's like, this person really isn't that smart. They're just willing to sit there and just regurgitate what they're told.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any learning there. I think it's just, but then you get the piece of paper and you get this false sense of competence or whatever.
Yeah.
And you just think that you know.
And in those cases, and it kind of reminds me a little bit, Zach, of what you said, where it's like, where people didn't want to hear the feedback. I'm curious if maybe you were in those instances where it's like you wanted to highlight, hey, the decision that change
it
is
happens
not,
all the time.
And they don't want to, they don't feel comfortable living in tension, or they don't like.
I thrive in tension.
I like to too. I lean into it. And some people, maybe like you said, they didn't want to hear you ask the questions and all the things, and that's frustrating. So that's another thing. I like people leaning in, and it's okay to say, Andrea, you're wrong. Like you forgot this. It's important because then it'll hopefully prevent the situations that you've seen.
But I'm not always right. And there's times where, we've been able to have that. I've been in places too that were great situations where we have that back and forth, and we're gonna hash this out, so to speak. We're gonna argue or do whatever, and we're gonna come to an agreement because you're not right, I'm not right. It's somewhere in between us.
Together, yes.
So we're gonna find it.
That's the working out of the vacuum, right? Yeah.
I believe it should be right here. You believe we should change something, and I don't want to change it to here because this is wrong, but maybe we can change a little bit and find something there and work through it.
Sure.
And then eventually maybe it'll work out, and I'm willing to give that. But if you're not even gonna, manufacturing and production world's a lot different. A lot of my
never
jobs
lived in that space.
So a lot of my jobs have been that manufacturing production that type of thing. So you always got people making decisions that are never on a floor.
Sure.
And so I have been in a lot of management positions, middle management positions in the manufacturing world. And I understand what my operators are dealing with. I understand what the machines are doing. So I know what our capabilities are here. And I know sometimes you may be limited on the personnel. Sometimes you may be limited on just the equipment itself. This person doesn't understand that. They just think, well, no, the book says it should do this.
Sure.
Well, no, I get it. We can work through that. But at this point, we can't go to here. You're going to have a train wreck.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I've had that in multiple operations. And then I've had some that have been really good about it. Like you said, it's not all scar tissue. It's just, I'm passionate about it because I've been in it my entire life. So I understand. It seems, going back to when we were in high school, or going out of high school, you thought you had to get out to be successful, right? So I also think part of that is what is hindering some manufacturing companies or some production companies, because those people thought they had to be successful. So you got to go, I just have to work in an office. Yeah. Never get my hands dirty. Blue collar, that's low down.
They've never been in the trenches. They don't know how it really works. Yeah.
I'm not going to do that blue collar. I have my degree. Why am I going to sully myself to your low life over here? You know what I mean? It's not what they're saying, but it's kind of in that realm a little bit, where it's really easy to just walk out on the floor and talk to the lowest operator. They're going to tell you what's wrong.
Yes.
Sometimes you do have a bad operator and they're just lazy, or, especially when these younger generations are pretty rough. They're maybe not the newest ones. The newest ones are seeming to be all right, but there's couple generations in there where it's like, man, there's just no will, no drive, no nothing, no critical thinking, no nothing like that. So you kind of take a little grain of salt with some of that, but if you're not talking to them, you never know.
Yes.
You have no idea.
Well, in that case, too, if you're worried about like one person being incorrect, that's up to that individual still to go and seek multiple opinions. So that way it's not, go on, get in, at all levels. So you truly understand the impact of the decision. And
there's not a lot of people, some companies they'll understand that decision. Some don't,
That's
where
I
just
found
be one or two bad apples.
Yes.
It happens every once in a while.
And I think that's why I love the small business size, is because you can truly have that impact, and it's easier, and there's not that red tape and. So
the quick way I tried to explain what he was getting to is when there's critical thinking and spatial awareness, there's a lot of what goes on in some of this stuff.
Yeah.
And if I tell somebody, hey, drive from your house to my house, and they literally drive from their house to my house, disregard stop signs, disregard stoplights.
Sure.
So when they're doing a task, they don't see what's going on. They just do the task that they were told. But then you have to tell them specifically, no, you need to do this, and then you need to make the stop at this stop sign, take a left, and all this. People that need that kind of direction is kind of a problem.
It'll always be a problem to me, because I'll never do that for somebody. I'll expect you to be a grown human being and figure out how to live your life.
That's how I explain it. That's the easiest way for me to explain it from where he's coming.
That's the type of person I am. It's I expect everybody to be on I know not everybody's on my level, but I expect you to give your hardest, your real try to be on that level.
Sure.
Kind of when I go to critical thinking, like if you come and ask me for a problem, and you haven't tried the first two steps that I start with every single time I've came to help you, and I'm get it on the second step, like, why are you asking me right now? Like, you should have done these two steps. These are brain dead steps. Yeah. Like these are the easiest thing you could possibly do, but you've just wasted my time, pulled me away from another problem that could have been a bigger problem possibly. I had to come help you because you just shut down and not going to try. It's tough. It's tough.
It is tough, but then how do you determine what the cause was? Was it a training thing in the beginning that made them not come to that same conclusion?
It's a personal responsibility problem. It's not training if you've done it 3 times.
We opened up a can of worms here.
It happens on this show.
This is more than scar tissue.
I'm huge on personal responsibility. Like every bad mistake I've made, it's my fault. It's not somebody else's. Yeah. Like I know what I did. I made that decision. It is what it is. I don't care.
Good.
Like, I'll live with it.
Yeah.
But when I show you 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, whatever the amount of times, I expect you to learn it on the first. I get it. I'm not a good trainer.
He also doesn't have kids. You got to remember that too.
Yes.
But I'm not a good trainer, and I get that. But I can train somebody really good for a couple times. If you're a smart person, I'm going to train you really well.
Sure.
But if you're somebody that I have to show you 50 times, I'm going to lose my mind. Like, I'm just not that person.
No
Can't
patience.
And just like you said, if you're not going to do the basic stuff like stop at a stop, make this stop or make this step or do this step, just because I told you to go to here, that's not on me. That's on, you should know that.
So much I want to.
I'm not holding people's hands. Go ahead.
Well, no, I just wonder too. So it may be a training aspect. Could it be also how intuitive the tools are as well? And I've never lived in the manufacturing space, so I have no idea. But to get to use
it's not even just manufacturing. I've been in other jobs too. It's the same thing. I've been in sales. I've been in retail. I've been in manufacturing. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. And I'm not saying it's solely on the trainer or anything like that, because there has to be a want and a desire to learn and do good, but there also has to be a want and desire to train and have them be successful at the same time. You know what I mean? It is an equal equation, in my opinion.
Maybe.
I
feel like that's a societal problem.
Oh my God.
I feel like it's a lot of hand holding. It doesn't need to happen.
It can be. There are places where training isn't like the greatest either, but that's a whole nother. You got to be, like you said, you got to be a willing participant in the whole thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't care, then you're not going to learn from the training anyway.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You're only going to take the pieces that you feel is necessary to get the job done, and then when one thing goes wrong, you don't have any tools to fix it. Or change it or whatever.
Absolutely.
There is training issues in everything, but
training is hard.
Yeah.
Communicating in organizations is hard too, because you think you've over communicated and there's still people missing the mark because we communicate in different styles, and that's why, again, communication is a two-way street. I have to hear and all the pieces. And so it's training, communication's tough. Change management is tough. That's a hard piece too in an organization. You just have to, fail and get better the next time.
There you go.
Fail.
That's a good way to answer it.
I like your fail fast and fail forward, but that requires personal responsibility again. You have to admit the failure.
Oh, 100%.
And a lot of people will never admit the failure.
I've wondered about that too, because I've worked with people who it was a complete failure, but they didn't chalk it up to a failure because they modified something.
It was on something else.
Yeah, it was some other reason. Some other thing. And it's like, no, it's okay to fail because then you modified it. That was still a failure. Yeah, but I pivoted. No, it was a fail forward.
Batting 300 gets you in the Hall of Fame. Like, you miss 7 out of 10 times and you're in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, yes.
It's not that hard to figure out for people. Like, everybody fails. There's nobody that doesn't fail. No matter who you are, somebody fails at something.
Yes.
Like, just take it. That's what it is.
What I will say, I'm not a fan of change for change's sake. Yeah. There has to be a why.
Yeah, correct.
And people have to understand why.
Yep.
Why are we doing it? How are we doing it? What's it mean to me? Those sort of things. And so I think some of the failures happen because you skipped those steps, amongst other things. You didn't do the risk assessment. You didn't vet and understand. You worked in the vacuum, all those things. I've failed so many times at doing things. And I think a lot of it's how you respond and where you go next with it, you know? And to the point of I didn't fail, or no, I failed and I'm proud of it. And this is what I'm doing next from it.
You can learn from it. If you're going to take a responsibility, you'll learn from it. If you don't, like you said, they just changed something. No, this is why I failed. You're not going to learn at that point. So you've learned nothing by failing. That's why I don't mind anybody that fails as long as you learn from it.
And then the fail forward side of things. Yeah. And there's something also positive about sharing when, hey, I failed and this is why. And this is what I'm doing now. I think that's good modeling for people too, of like encouraging failure, because some people are just not comfortable failing. They want to win every basketball game. They want to win every argument. They want to win everything they do. And sometimes losing's okay too.
I think a winning mentality is good to have, but you do have to be ready to lose. I mean,
I don't think you have to be
Yes.
comfortable with failing because I'm not
Yeah.
comfortable with it.
Sure. Sure.
I'll do it, but I'm not comfortable with
It's
it.
how you respond when you failed.
but you'll still do the task. I think what she's
Yeah.
getting at is people sometimes won't do tasks because of
Oh, yeah.
the fear
I'm not
of
afraid to
failing.
Fear
Right?
of
Is that what
failing.
you were kind of
Yeah.
getting at?
Yeah. That's part of it. Absolutely.
Nothing would keep me from trying, and I will hate to lose at it, but I'll try it.
Yeah. No, that's good. I love that.
Is there anything else about Dayco's you want to talk about or about your job?
No. Yes, no. I mean, what do I, as I'm interviewing people, as we're filling open positions, one of my favorite things to get asked is like, why did you say yes to Dayco's? And it's very similar to, I feel like, my military. Like, I joined the military because I wanted college paid for, but I stayed in and enjoyed it as so much because it had a higher purpose. I met some really cool people. I did some awesome things. I had this whole experience. I say the similar path with Dayco's as well. I joined Dayco's for the job. It was specifically the job, but I stay there as long as I do because of the people that are there, the ability to innovate, how we can be agile, how I feel like that I can actually make a difference and that I can have some influence and make actually change happen. And I don't have to go through red tape and all those sort of things. And so that's like one of my favorite questions to get asked, is because of that. And I think that's just so important when you're looking for employers. And I would encourage everybody to always ask their employer, like, why are you here? Why are other people here? Kind of thing. Because that you can see passion come out, or if people are just maybe wind up toy a little bit of like, oh, because the benefits are great and we have a good culture. It's like, oh, do you have a good culture? When you're saying, oh, good culture, kind of thing.
We're a family business.
We're a family oriented.
We're family oriented.
Yeah. We have work-life balance.
Those two things, work-life balance and family oriented, I think is overused and watered down anymore.
Unless
and you can't tell.
Unless the employers really walk the walk.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Walk the walk, talk the talk, or whatever.
I would take it from somebody that just maybe a worker. If a worker said that would be one thing. Like, I'm not somebody I'm interviewing with. I'm not going to, we'll go to scar tissue on that one.
Yeah.
If I hear that in an interview, I'm like, I'm out.
Yes.
Like, I'm just, you're not selling me on this.
Yes.
Like, you say those two phrases. Like, I don't care.
And most of the time the candidate doesn't believe it too. And how do I can say you have work-life balance, but they've been told that before
and it didn't work out.
And they got burned. And so I've heard in interviews before, someone at the organization would just say, well, I'm going to tell you that it's work-life balance, but you're going to have to assess that. You're going to have to, because like
I would trust somebody that said something like that to me.
Yeah.
That would make me feel much better if they were going to say, we have work-life. I'm going to tell you we have work-life balance, but you're just going to have to choose for yourself.
Yes.
I would respect that answer. When they say we're family oriented, we have work-life balance. It's like, okay.
So that's sometimes those catchphrase or those phrases are too coined and overused, and it's like, okay, what's that really mean for the organization?
I think initially it was probably a really good thing, and it probably meant a good thing. And I know some of the companies that even in the past that I had worked for that said that type of thing probably meant it in a good way.
Yeah.
But in practice, it didn't. That's not really the way it is.
Yes.
Like, don't say it if you're not living it.
Yes. Be
and
true.
Maybe they'll live it, 10% of the time or
Right.
15% of the time or 25% of the time.
And you don't want to bait and switch people because that's, I mean, they came in and with that's all this expectation of what the role is and how the company works and all those things. And all of a sudden it flips around. And so I think it's probably the best cautionary tale to be like, I can tell you all these great things, but you're just going to have to see it and feel it.
Yeah.
And so
because sometimes it's just not a good fit for multiple people too. That's another thing.
Right.
As being on the other side of doing interviews with people. And, I've interviewed people for jobs that were tremendous candidate type people, tremendous people. And we're like, that's probably not where you need to be, but I'm going to do what I can to get you because I think I can I would love to have you working for me type of thing.
Hiring's hard.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to figure out that you want to say yes for a long-term commitment
In like 30 minutes, maybe.
in such a short period of time. You know what I mean? And like, how can I make sure you get to know me and that you want to work here, and I get to know you to make sure that you're not going to disrupt and you're going to complement the culture that we've worked really hard to build up.
They say it's what, a 3-month turnaround to really find out if somebody's going to fit.
So how are you going to do it in an hour interview?
Right.
Like, interviewing's so hard.
Interviews are tough.
Because by the time
on both
of hiring,
sides of it. I've been on both
training,
sides,
getting them in the job
Yes.
to see if they can do it for a month, it's usually like a 3-month. That's why I'm scared to hire people.
Yeah.
Completely scared.
Are you?
Very scared. Because, you know, in my, just to throw, I mean, there's only so many funds to go around in a small office.
Yeah,
like
you're
mine.
a much smaller business.
Yes.
Too,
So being able to, it's just scary to think about paying somebody a salary for that amount of time
Yes.
that would literally not pan out.
Yes. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So
Then you got to balance that long term. You know,
Yeah.
you need it long term,
Yeah.
but short term sometimes it's. I don't know how to perfect that process by any means. You know, we experiment with different things to make sure they get to know us better. We try different forms of the questions, and you can ask them stress questions. But does that really flesh out what you need? Now,
most people are pretty trained to come into an interview anymore. I mean,
yes,
I've seen just even when I was at Big Red interviewing people for serving positions, they'd be a completely different person from their interview to showing up to work.
yes,
The first time, it's like, wow, this I hired this.
Yes, this was not. And you go back to your
It's a whole different
Wow.
person. And in the restaurant industry, you can get rid of people quickly.
sure.
So the turnaround in something like that
Doesn't hurt you in
It's
that-
only
in
like
that
a 2-week thing.
Okay, got
Right?
it. Yeah.
You can fire them in the
Yes.
training process.
Well, you have to protect. Yes, yes.
Right.
Which technically in the state of Nebraska, you can fire anybody in that amount of time.
Yeah.
Well, right,
But
right.
if you've invested a lot of time, then that's
Yeah.
like, oh man.
At this point, do we just try it another
Yeah.
week? Maybe is it a trainer problem? I'll not back
Right.
to
That's
that
what
one.
because you have to go through training, like in your guys' job and in mine, there's a lengthy, I'm still learning every day
Yes.
in my position. So I couldn't think to, it's just the time wise.
Yes.
It's,
Yes.
but then I need things done
Now.
now. Like I need you to be able to work on your own right away.
Yes. Yes. But it does take that investment, and then for it to, I don't know. Yep. And so when those cases happen, I've gone back to the old interview notes and I'm like, what did I miss? Like, what question didn't I ask? Like, where would this have came up? But then you don't want to overcorrect the interview process because of one person,
Right.
or one situation. And sometimes it's not their fault. Sometimes it's our fault because a lot of times it's, we didn't find the right candidate for the right position and all the pieces. So
What kind of goes to you talking about relationships, building relationships? Some relationships just don't work.
Yes.
Like no matter, and at nobody's fault.
Right.
Like, it could just be, well, these two people their personalities just aren't going to work together. So, I mean, cut your losses, and it is what it is. It's not anybody's fault. It just wasn't a good fit.
right. That's been my favorite, like in the interview process of hiring on from referrals, from internal referrals, because then to the point of like they've talked okay, this is the positive about the company. This is the not so positive. They probably have given that referral the real deal, and the referral still wants to come in.
Well, and then you have somebody to blame when it doesn't pan out. That's how I think of those.
That's why I never referred anybody.
You referred this person.
I never referred a single person to a job I ever worked at. I was like, I don't want that on me.
Really?
No, because I don't want it on me. If the company fails my
Yeah.
friend, and if my friend fails me, I don't want that on me to the company.
But is there something too from the referrer standpoint that maybe you have a higher level of ownership in their success too?
Well, I would think you do, but
Yeah.
it's just, I think it's a net loss for me personally.
Sure.
At every place I've been in, I haven't been in a location where I was like, yeah, we need to get in this together type of thing.
Gotcha.
And maybe that, maybe sometime that would happen, but yeah, I look at it as, I mean, and a lot of times, a lot of my friends are successful enough that who am I going to refer?
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
certain people.
Yeah.
Depends on the person too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
A referral for me it takes a lot for me to to be
to stamp your name on it and say, I feel good about
especially
this
nowadays, like in the last 5 years or so, people were like, "Oh, could you?" I'm like, well, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to vet this a little more for you.
Yeah.
And it may not happen. You really have to, because I want, when I refer somebody, to be like, oh, if he refers it's an instant thing.
Right.
Because I don't want to have this thing where somebody truly needs something from me and I'm not able to provide it because I did so many cry wolf moments.
Oh, sure.
You know? So I want to be able to help people in a pinch, and you can't do that if you're willy-nilly
referring everybody
right.
to everything.
Right.
So, and it's panned out for me because every time I make that phone call, it's usually always happened.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing for employees referring people. It's just something that I've never done and probably would never do.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
Maybe I've done it. So I mean, I've done it in corporate situations,
and it's made sense.
Yeah,
and it worked out.
It worked out just fine. And then there's other times where I'm like,
I like also going out to network. So not necessarily getting referrals within, but within the network, and just saying, hey, we have this job position. If you know of anybody looking, that's been a nice.
See, I would do something like
a
that.
different referral
That's
source
different.
versus an internal referral
to me, that's
type
different
of thing.
because
that would be much easier for me to do.
Got it. Yeah.
Or be like, say, and I've had that come. Do you know anybody that does this type of thing?
Right.
Yeah, this person does. I mean, go see what they say. Like, I'm out of it, but this person I know does this and would be good for that. Tell that person, hey, these people are looking for this. I've done that before.
Pass along.
Yeah.
I am appreciative of that, especially because I wouldn't have been at Dayco's if it hadn't been for that referral going back to my network, and they extended it in their network. Like,
network hiring is really good, and people
so good.
People are going to hear this, be like, oh, that's the whole you got to know somebody type of thing. And no, it's not. It's the relationships that you built, right, that got you to that point. Same thing for me.
Well, I mean, knowing people is an extremely important thing in this country.
It's very important.
Like, for anybody to whine about that, like, then you're never going to get anywhere, because it is everything.
Yeah.
Relationships are everything.
And I think it's different is it knowing somebody so someone can pull a string for you, or is it knowing somebody just because you want to build the relationship and it just so happens they think of you down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
that's how I look at it.
And
It's
those are
never the
genuine
pull the string
relationships.
thing. It's I would really like to get to know this person either as a mentor or as a friend, or just to be able to lean on for business questions.
Yes.
If there's, I pride myself in not steering away from other insurance agents. I try to befriend them and we try to have because I'm never going to know what's going on in the industry on their side if we're combating all the time.
Is that weird in your line of work? Is that hard? Do some people try to put up the wall between
It's
agents?
a very competitive thing. People get, they get very, you're going over the same
Territorial.
clients.
Yes.
Very territorial.
Oh,
and very,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not that way.
Yeah.
I didn't get into this to be a salesperson.
Mm-hmm.
I got into it to help people.
And
so
be in the
there's a
relationship.
different, and that's probably why sometimes things are a little tougher than others, because I'm not the let's go sell door to door guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I also want to have that relationship with people like RJ Gall or, people like that I can call, hey,
What are you seeing in the market right now? What's going
Because
on?
I'm captive, which means I can only sell one product, where he sells multiple products. So I can just call him and be like, hey, what's going on here, here, and here? And he'll tell me.
He'll tell you.
We just have conversations. It's not like we're giving industry secrets.
No, it's just a good way to find out industry highlights and what you need to be aware of.
Right.
You know?
And then when he can't do something, they send, it goes back to referrals. So if his office can't do something, sometimes I'm the first one that gets the call.
Perfect.
So, and vice versa.
Yes, it's a good, yes. Whether it's for new business or for employees or whatever, it's that using that network, leveraging that network. And it doesn't have to be to pull a string for you. It's just to help each other out.
Exactly.
Grow each other.
That was another long segue. Is there anything else about Dayco's that you want to?
No, I think I'm happy.
How about explaining for the people that don't know what Dayco's is,
Yeah,
what
there you
it
go.
is?
I
Yeah.
guess I didn't even think about that.
The people like me. I guess I don't really know what you guys always did at Dayco's. So
Nobody does.
just pretend-
Anita has explained it to you.
probably multiple times, and I still didn't really
Still don't
understand
know.
it.
But for the people that don't know,
it's such a niche thing. And the thing is, we don't have any customers in the direct area. So it's kind of wild when people are like, oh, you work at Dacos? Oh, what do you do? I know you're involved in the community work because that's what we're known around here. And that's fine. But we're not selling to anybody locally. So that's why. So what do we do? So we've been in business, 47-ish years, plus minus. I always forget. What we do is we do billing and audit services for transportation service providers, primarily in the DoD military space. So what happens is Sergeant Smith's moving from Jacksonville to, I don't know, let's say Offutt Air Force Base, right? And they're going to hire, the government is going to hire, the Department of Defense, Department of War, whatever you want to call it, is going to hire a moving company to pack up your belongings, move them across, and unpack them. No different than like if you were working for corporate America. This happens in the corporate side of things too. I'm an executive for Walmart. I go from one place to another. My company is going to pay for that moving type of service. Believe it or not, it's challenging to work with the government. Probably never heard that before.
No way.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
I did it for a while. It's sold computer parts. So
I forgot about that. Yes. So isn't that wild? The
It's very
challenges working with the government has spurred into these jobs.
Yeah.
And so while these individuals are experts at the moving side of things, they've said, we're not experts at the billing side of things. Will you help me for those services bill to the Department of Defense or the Department of War? And so we either bill, or if they do the billing themselves, we take a second look at their invoices and then we audit and we locate maybe things that are like, oh yeah, you could have billed for this and you didn't, type of thing. So revenue, what's the phrase? One of the employees' kids once upon a time said, you move the trucks, we move the bucks. So we're really kind of on like the financial supply chain aspect of it while they're actually doing the movement of our household goods. Household goods movements is the short way of saying it, but that's what we do. Very, very niche. There's no one else that really does this in the DoD space. It's either you kind of do it yourself or you use us. So yeah.
It's very unique.
It's very unique.
It's so you guys, and it's also kind of a shutdown thing when things are shut down.
Yeah. So when was that? During COVID. So two things since I've been there over in the 8 years of like COVID, when the shutdown occurred then, because bases were shutting down. We're not moving service members. COVID, we don't know how it's going. That slows down our customers' business. So that slows down our business. And then the government shutdown in October really did. And it did not impact us too much because they could decide that they allowed who had to be who in this arm. They called, not right away, but they called them essential staff. So they pulled them back in even before the shutdown was lifted. Yeah. But there was a period of time where our customers, where we were still billing for them, the government officials weren't approving the invoices. And so like our business was as normal, but they weren't receiving the funds for the work, that puts them on a hard pinch, like our customers. So, really the only shutdown that ever has impacted me was like the COVID shutdown when they did those stop movements. This government shutdown really didn't have an impact to us, but our customers.
Because usually there's still funding for those things, even with an actual government shutdown.
Right. There's still that open funding because it had already been money spent.
Right.
So it was just, the problem is that the employees for those first couple weeks in October, the employees weren't there to say invoice approved. So the funds were there. The people just weren't there to have that fiduciary responsibility of clicking the button to saying
Is
release.
it still contracted? Like do you guys work with specific movers? Or do they have to bid on these types of things?
So in the DoD space, there are 700 approved, they call them TSPs, transportation service providers, that can do the work. And they have like this award process kind of thing where they have performance periods where depending on the past performance period, how did you do? That's how often you'll get award shipments on the next performance period kind of thing. And so like you get rewarded for doing well the prior period. And so it's not really a bid on every shipment. It's like okay, you're up first. Can you take this shipment kind of thing? So so there's 700 TSPs involved in this space. It's really kind of consolidated. They have these move managers thing, and I won't go into all that nerdy detail, but yeah, so we work with like probably about 150 different customers because there's one of our customers represents multiple of those TSPs.
Gotcha.
So
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And no more Dacos?
That's it. We're
Okay.
done. I'm
You
off
sure?
the clock. I've
right,
been
all right.
off the clock.
I got more to talk about.
Goodness. Okay,
yeah.
no, I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks.
What's a community win that you're proud of that maybe nobody would know your name is attached to, or have you kind of mentioned all of them?
What's a community win that my name's not attached to? I don't know. I really the Share Norfolk platform, whether my name's attached to it or not, I'm ready because I think there's a lot of nonprofits that could benefit from that platform. And so I'm not going to answer your question. I'm answering it a different way now that I've realized that I started talking.
You're right.
I wish there was more awareness around that. Not for awareness for my sake, but awareness for the platform's sake. Right. Yeah. So
it was worded weird. I didn't mean it like in a recognition thing for you, just something that was a big win that maybe people wouldn't think that you were attached to.
Yeah. So I think standing up that platform is a really good platform. And I think it's a big win for our community. We just haven't fully activated as a community yet. And we need to figure out how to do that.
Do you feel that you sparked actual change in the city of Norfolk? Like, do you feel that's something that you have been able to accomplish?
Or
at least in some way, shape, or form?
Maybe some impacts. I don't know what I need to do some soul searching on where will I be satisfied and where will I want this to go exactly? And what does this mean? I don't know yet.
Yeah.
What's that chapter of my life?
But do you feel that your efforts have actually made a change?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
That's kind of what
I do feel so. Working with that nonprofit community, I do feel that I've helped in some way, shape, or form. And I've helped them do some really cool things while not doing the thing, so because they're really the ones that are the experts in that space.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I love that.
How do you decide what to say yes to when every cause is important?
Yeah, that's hard because you want to give everybody all the money, right? So you got the limited resources. Obviously, you have to factor in what sort of funds we have available to do for the gifting side of things. I think when the fund was set up, the Norfolk Fund specifically, we have a really good mission, vision, and values, which drives what we decide to fund and what we don't decide to fund. And so that really helps narrow down what causes we can and can't. There's some cans and can'ts. And then if we can do it, where we've really been pivoting over this past couple of years, while I want to support all the awesome operational side of things, we've been really more focusing on like pilot projects. Like this is a first time thing. They really need this money to get going. And there's some nonprofits who are like, well, we have this thing that's been going on for 10 years and we really need the funds to continue it. We try to stay out of that sustainability side of things and more of like, okay, let's what's new? What's going to enhance us for the long term of Norfolk and what's new there. And so you want to give everybody money, but I'd say that over the past couple of years, we've really tried to stay away from the sustainability, the operating costs kind of thing. And that's probably the ones we have to say no to the most.
I kind of like that, looking at the new things and staying away from operating costs. It's a good way to look at it, I suppose.
Yeah. It's been hard though.
It's hard to say no to. I mean, you're literally saying no to
sometimes
charity,
like the
right?
puppies, like, or the babies, depending on what the cause is. Like, I don't want to say, no, you're doing some really good work, but we want to see what other really good work needs help and jump started in the community.
What's something you've learned about Norfolk from serving that you didn't know as a resident?
What have I learned about Norfolk? Just all the different causes here, the number of nonprofits and the different sectors out there. I did not realize the number and the amount of passion that happens. I've also seen some really cool groups come together, whether it's for nonprofit causes or something else. Like, we are a community of giving. That's something I've definitely learned, that we do a really good job of banding together and to like fix a problem. And I think that's amazing. And there's some really good skills.
Except for the streets.
Well, I don't.
That was just a little joke.
Yeah. Would you want that job? Like, that would be
no,
hard.
I just say it because that's what all you see
Always.
on Facebook. I don't believe it that way, but
the Facebook, that's
sorry,
hard.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nope, that's fine. That'd be a hard gig to have to deal with.
It would be.
You'd never make anybody happy.
No. Were you a part of something called Leadership Nebraska?
I did do Leadership Nebraska. Have either of you?
What's Leadership Nebraska?
So the Nebraska Chamber puts on a leadership program that's about 12 months. Maybe it doesn't last quite 12 months. And you travel to all the there's like different pockets of the state. And they really hook you up with leaders in the area, different civic causes that are happening, tours of different buildings and events and all those sort of things. Like I got to go into like the old crazy space in Offutt when we were down in Omaha. This last class got to fly in a Chinook or something like that. And so there's a bunch, I wasn't part of that one, but you essentially get to travel Nebraska and learn about all the civic leadership going on. You network with about 30 different people. It's a really, really cool opportunity if you guys ever get a chance. Their applications are open right now if you're interested in it.
Interesting. I had never heard of it.
Yep. I think you do about eight different stops. I believe it's 8 different stops. You spend about 2 nights, 3 days kind of attending, and you meet a lot of people. That's where you build a lot of relationships with some great people with a lot of really good experiences. That was very humbling. Like I'm like, oh gosh, I do a lot of stuff. And then I show up and all these people are like, their resumes are incredible. And I'm like, I haven't done nothing.
That happens.
It does. So I definitely recommend it. Have you guys done Leadership Norfolk at all? Because we have a local version of that as well. I've not done the local version. It's on my list. I would love to be a part of it.
I actually didn't know that was a thing either.
Mm-hmm. The Norfolk Chamber puts that on. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I'll have to see what that's all about.
Mm-hmm.
What's a belief you hold now that you didn't hold 10 years ago? Or a value or...
Ooh, can you pass?
Yeah, we can pass.
What's a belief what about you? Inspire me.
What's a belief that I hold now that I didn't 10 years ago? Probably, being and having children is what really kind of, and I guess that was 10 years ago because he's 13, going to be 14 this summer, was holding myself accountable and following through is another one because there was a point in time there where I would let people, I'd say I'd do something, wouldn't do it. And you can't do that with a family.
Right.
So I think that was one thing that really changed in me was I really have to just so now people if you ask somebody now probably hopefully I'm throwing myself out there on this one. I would hope if you ask somebody, hey, do you think if Zach says he's going to do this, do you think he'll follow through? And I would hope 100% of the time it'll be yes.
Ooh, I love that.
Said. So I would hope that that's the case, but that's one thing about it is just personal accountability and following through.
Maybe, and I don't know if this is a belief. That was good.
It could be a value or a...
Yeah. But maybe it's just an approach to things. Like I tend to also have a very military-esque style of going about things.
You're in it for 10 years, right?
I mean, yeah, but I'm not like...
Never really leaves you, does it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I'm also not at work being like, drop and give me 20. Like that sort of stuff doesn't happen. But I think I thought maybe 10 years ago, in order to get things done, you had to boss it out and just say, do this type of thing. Or this is,
like boss ass bitch type of stuff.
Type of thing. I think now I've learned that there are different tactics and they're way more fulfilling. I actually can sleep at night than thinking I'm a total rip. So I would say over the last 10 years, I've learned just like different ways to approach things that are more fulfilling and actually go a lot farther. And they're more sustainable too, because people aren't just doing it because they're being told, like you get people involved and supporting and you're, all those pieces to actually enable to have ownership beyond you versus the owner being the boss. It's the people truly doing the thing. So I think that's really probably evolved over the last 10 years. So I don't know how you would exactly name that value, but that's kind of the essence of it.
You explained it. Mm-hmm. It's all right.
It's hard.
You kind of brought up stressors. So when you are stressed, what do you default to? Is it control, avoidance, humor, work on it harder?
When I am stressed, I love a nap. I just need to reset.
So avoidance.
That's probably maybe.
Mine's avoidance.
Are you avoidance?
Yeah, if I'm stressed, but I don't nap. It's like I'm gonna go listen to a podcast, or
Is that what you do?
I need to be not around people.
Yeah, I think I need to check out. Maybe it's just a pause. Maybe I wouldn't do avoidance because I'm like you, where I live in tension. Like I don't mind being in the state of tension. So maybe stressors just like, okay, step away, not think about the thing.
Yeah. Mine's not. I guess it wouldn't be stress. It would be like I get overstimulated.
Oh yeah,
too much. Like I have a battery, like a social battery, probably, and my social battery will get drained, and that's where it's like I can't do this. Got to go be by myself, doing something. I don't care what it is, just by myself.
Just not that thing. So I don't know if it'd be if I'm stressed, if it's avoidance, if it's just okay, I need to pause on this for the moment to circle back to. So maybe it is avoidance in a moment.
Regrouping.
But I'll regroup. But I'll promise I'll get back to it. Right? Let's go back to your accountability. I loved what you shared there, the accountability piece. I think that's so important.
Well, like you said earlier, if you don't have that, it's tough to get through life, really.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's definitely a big piece. And we talk about it a lot on other podcasts is just hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have half the issues that we have in the country.
Personal responsibility from a lot more people.
Yeah.
A lot more buy-in.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect. Just take some responsibility for your own life.
Right.
To an extent. Whatever you can do. And we talk about it like with this swearing is caring, and I'm sure you guys talk about it on your charitable stuff too. You don't have to give money to make a difference.
No.
You spend time. You can, I mean, I grew up, I talk about it all the time. I grew up voluntold shit all my whole life. You know, we volunteered all kinds of time. Like, and I feel like more people need to grow up that way or volunteer their time. Like I would rather somebody give their time than their money sometimes.
Yes.
Like I just.
And it's needed too.
Yeah. You learn more. You get to meet more people.
I always say time is more valuable than money.
Time and talents. If you can give up time, whether they time, talents, and treasures, if you can give up time and talents, sometimes that will take some people, organizations, whatever it is, way farther than what it would be if you'd give them a few bucks. You know what I mean? So huge.
Definitely.
Different types of gifts.
Yeah. What's the next big thing you'd love to help within Norfolk? Maybe if you don't want to give something away.
Ooh, spoiler alert. No, that Share Norfolk platform, I'd really like to expand it out. Right now, we've got just a core 30 people, our 30 nonprofits on there. I know there's a lot of good nonprofits that could benefit from that. It's free.
Is that just focused? I mean, maybe you answered this earlier, but is that just focused in Norfolk, or does that expand to like Northeast Nebraska, or kind of how does that?
Great question. So it's Norfolk and a 30-mile radius.
Okay.
So then that, like, what's that do? That picks up like a Stanton, Madison, Battle Creek, maybe Meadowgrove.
Okay, it would get Meadowgrove.
Pierce.
It'd get Tilden.
Tilden.
It'd be right. Tilden would be right on the
Probably
line.
a Wayne could get pulled in on that too.
Close.
Yeah. So we're considering Norfolk area.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of nonprofits in those areas.
There is. There's quite a few. This is a weird one.
Ooh.
If
Vance answer first.
No. If Norfolk is wildly better in 10 years, what are the 2 to 3 changes that made it happen?
Oh, crazy. Not that it's wildly different, but I think we have, okay, this is maybe unpopular opinion.
It's okay.
You're late into that. Answer that.
Well, we give a lot of unpopular opinions. So
we got a podcast literally called Useless Assumptions. They're really useless.
I am curious. So working with various nonprofits and working on various committees and all those sort of things, I do tend to see kind of the same people on the same, like it's like the same core people going from one committee to another committee to another committee. And I feel for them because burnout's a real thing, I think they're doing a lot of real good, but I think like how could we diversify those groups? And so that's where, so I'm not answering your question, but I think if we would had some radical change or some big change is like, how can we diversify the people at the table? Maybe it's more of a hope and a want than
Well,
what would
if you see
surprise
that could
me.
make the change happen, but
I
you're
think
answering this
so.
correctly. You're
Okay,
good.
great.
Yeah, you're doing just fine.
Because that's what I would hope is if we could have some diversity of viewpoints and experiences and to maybe just to introduce opportunities that aren't even being thought of at the table because it's kind of the same people. And that's not always the case, but it is hard to find the volunteers in those places. So I would love to see that. I would also I love the innovation side of things. And I think we're doing some really cool stuff with like Northeast Community College. There's the iHub going on downtown. There's that co-working space. I love the theory of what they're doing there. I just wonder what we can do to make sure that we are getting innovation in our rural area so we're not forgotten and lost, like the AI, machine learning, and all those things that are going on. Like I want to know what's our place and how are we making sure to say we're relevant 10 years from now in a small community like that.
Right.
And
And don't lose out on
Yes.
the budget, right?
Yeah. Well, and
Try to keep it within the reins and do it. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I would, diversity, and then making sure we're keeping up with the tech is what I would hope and aspire for the next 10 years from now.
Got it. What's one call to action for listeners who want to help but don't know where to start?
Go to sharenorfolk.org. Shameless plug.
There you go.
And just ask. Don't be afraid to ask. If you have a passion in anywhere, stop at the nonprofit and just see what sort of help. Don't be afraid, because sometimes it's afraid. You don't have to know someone. Just literally stop in and say, how can I help? Is it with time? Is it with talent? Is it with treasure? I want to be a part of this. And I think they'll welcome you with open arms. And so I think if you Share Norfolk is a great platform, but go directly to some of these nonprofits or some of these various organizations. There's a lot of really, like, the new Kiwanis is doing some really neat things. All those groups too would be good groups just to start.
Yeah.
And figure out where your place in the community is.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
This one's kind of fun. What's your most controversial small town opinion?
You go, fellow Battle Creekin. Is that okay that I'm deflecting?
You're good. Sometimes you need time to think. I get it.
Yeah.
Most controversial. I'll say
It doesn't have to be controversial.
the best part about living in Battle Creek is when the outsiders are there.
So what was the question and how?
What's your most
controversial-
controversial small town opinion?
Yeah, so like I enjoy a small town because it's small enough everybody knows if there's an outsider in the town.
Oh, okay.
Like not like this person doesn't belong.
Yeah.
This person, everybody's watching out for everybody.
They walk into Tilly's and you're
Well, not even that.
like, who is this person?
But I mean, I don't know. I just love that it's a safe town. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got some bad apples here and there, but it is.
Yeah.
They're your bad apples, right? But like
Yeah.
if, hey, this is out of place,
Yeah.
and somebody's going to notice something's out of place here. What's going on?
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's interesting.
And I think that's kind of a lost thing in some towns.
Yeah.
Like we've gotten way too welcoming, like taking the bad part of welcoming,
Sure.
right? Like I don't mean it a bad thing. Yeah, welcoming is good, but you also have to at least be a spatial awareness, aware of your surroundings, type of thing. So
Do you
that's
have one?
super controversial, but
Yeah, I've
That's
got
my
one.
opinion.
It is that when it's a small enough town, even Norfolk's this way. If you are going to have the opinions that you have every time there's an election or something going on
Mm-hmm.
in a bad way on Facebook, out in the town, all this stuff, but you never ever once show up to a meeting or
Oh.
anything like that to really affect change, I don't really think you need to be, doing that.
I could get on that. I could get on board with that one.
Like I'm talking like never even attempt to make the change that you're bitching about.
You live behind this on some of those pages but you don't.
there is a way to affect change by doing what we're doing, though. Too, it's the same concept
but,
in a way.
But it is the same concept, but we also have been to meetings. We have talked to the candidates,
yeah.
had vetted the candidate. I don't know what even called vetted, but we've done our conversations.
And then there's a little
We
bit
don't
difference.
at least we don't just sit here and bitch about them without them sitting here.
Sure.
I mean, we'll bitch
You
about
give them the
them.
platform to at least hear.
But I mean, I'll put my face on it,
Right.
not just typing words.
Yeah.
That's the
I'm
other thing.
more
Is
than
the
willing
fake
to
profiles of
record
people,
me saying this shit. Doesn't bother me. Like,
the fake
what are you gonna do,
profiles of
hold it
people in
up?
town.
Oh, that bothers me.
Yeah.
Yes. And they just troll, and they're
That's-
just mean, and they're not. There's never a positive thing that
Yeah,
comes
if
out.
I'm gonna troll, I'll troll with
Trolling
my,
is-
with my face on
troll
it.
with my troll badge on.
I troll on my account, but I love trolling at times.
Oh,
Maybe not
my
Norfolk
gosh.
because I don't really care about Norfolk that much. I mean, I do, but I mean, it's not my hometown.
I don't know if I have a controversial small town one. I am gonna not sleep at night. I'm gonna have to think about this. I'm not sure I have one.
That's okay.
You're just too nice.
Just
No, definitely not that. But I'm not sure. I love that question. It's a fun one, and I have no idea.
Well, you can always comment on your episode on Facebook.
I'll do that
afterwards, and
I'll do that.
Here's my
Okay.
controversial.
here's my
opinion.
controversial
Here it
opinion.
is.
If you were wondering, cliffhanger. Okay, now we're to the point of the show. Unless there's anything else that you want to get out that we didn't talk about.
No, I think I feel really good. I was nervous about this. I appreciate you guys doing this, and thanks for asking me
I
to
told
do
you
it.
when you messaged me, I was like, "Your husband did it. You'll be fine."
I'll survive it, right?
And we get yelled at a lot because we miss certain things. Like I know we didn't talk a whole lot about your time in the Army.
Oh no.
So
no.
I mean, if you ever want to come back on, we can do a whole episode about that. Because I mean, there's lots of things that people do, but we try to keep it within a couple hours.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, people they just lose interest.
Yeah,
so
sure,
we try
sure.
to keep it in that 2 hour mark.
Nope.
but-
No, that's perfect. I love this. This was very fluid. It was very fun. I appreciated the
Good.
time.
So now we're to the point where we're going to do the would you rather's.
Oh, gosh,
So
would
I
you
haven't
rather?
read these yet, so just don't criticize them if they're bad.
Why did you pick this one?
And we've kind of made it so the part of the rules of our game is you can change them a little bit
Yeah, if you need
since
to.
they're AI, and we've done that in the past. Like, well,
That's
we're gonna
lame.
well, no, you can
you can interpret it differently.
you can interpret it a
Okay.
certain way and put your stamp on would you rather on that interpretation of
So
it.
it's not just a single answer.
Correct.
It's a single answer because
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
can justify. All right, I'm down.
Would you rather be famous in your hometown or anonymous everywhere but quietly wealthy? Don't like that one already.
I know. Were you reading me or yourself? Were you saying I don't like that one already?
I don't like the question.
Yeah. Say them again.
Would you rather be famous in your hometown, so famous in Norfolk,
Eh.
or anonymous everywhere but quietly wealthy? So nobody would really know who you are, but you were quietly wealthy.
I don't think I need to be famous, but I don't also need to be wealthy either. So I don't like either of them.
Yeah. So you pick one. I'm going to go with
I'm
anonymously.
greedy. I'm gonna be wealthy.
Yeah, I'm going wealthy.
And I don't care. Like, don't know who I am.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
just
need
gonna
to be
wealthy.
famous. So
I would go famous
Okay.
because I think I would want. How could I use that fame for the betterment, even if I'm not wealth? Like, how can I use that image to help others?
there you go. Good answer. That's
Right?
what he meant by taking the question
Yeah.
and interpreting it how you
I
want
like
to
it.
interpret
Okay.
it.
I'm
I
gonna
got
be the wealthy, and I'm gonna interpret it. I'm gonna make change because I'm gonna be wealthy.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna be a silent benefactor.
You're gonna use the
There
okay.
you go.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
use- I'm
make
gonna use-
myself get a few points here too.
I'm gonna use the talent of my famous.
So we've actually had a version of this next question before. Would you rather always know when someone's lying or always know what they really think of you?
Uh,
Let me read it again.
probably when they're lying.
Always know when someone's lying.
I think so. I like to have the facts of like where the facts are. But wouldn't I find out if they're lying?
Not
Wouldn't I
necessarily. You would just
know what
always
they
know.
really think of me if they're lying?
Well, I mean,
You're
it could be
great, Andrea. And then it'd be like, oh, I know you're lying.
but
You
it
don't
could,
mean
it
that.
could be lying for more than just what
Sure.
they think of you.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, like, if you know if they're lying, it's literally everything.
Yeah. I want
As
no lying
opposed
then.
to-
I want it all. I want the data so I can make a better informed decision.
Okay, so you're going to go with knowing someone's lying?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I might go with that one too. I don't really care
I'm
what
gonna
people
go
think
with
of
the
me
lying.
anyway,
I-
so
I've already,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't care.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with lying.
lying.
Would you rather relive one day from your past exactly as it happened or fast forward 10 years and see how things turned out?
One day of the past. I don't know if I want to jump forward. Like that's part of this journey, right? Is
Time's
to-
already moving fast enough for me. We don't need to
Yes.
jump 10 years.
But I think that's just to move ahead, just to see where where it is and you come back.
But I don't want that spoiler alert of my life. I want to go through this journey to like.
That kind of series comes from because you can see what it looks like 10 years from now, and then you don't know how it happened. You don't know how it got there. You still get to go back and live
Yeah,
the
but
10
I know
years.
the end story of it. That's part of the.
No, because you're gonna change it because butterfly.
You only know
effect.
the ending if you're laying there dead.
Oh God! So that I'm gonna live in fear? Like that's not okay.
Well, then you got less than 10 years left.
There
Do you read like the last chapter of a book? Like
Some movies and books start
at
you
the
with
end.
the end, and then you got to see how it all got there.
I don't know if I want that for my life.
I mean, but it's read the 10 years in the past. But it's exactly like it
Or
already
fast
happened.
forward,
fast
10,
forward
years
10 years.
and see how
Yeah,
things
but then
turn
you
out.
just see it. I don't want to go live something that I've
It
already
doesn't say
lived.
you get to come back. It just says, or
Because you're
fast
doing
forward
it
10 years
exactly
and
the
see how things
same.
turn out.
I would maybe want to go and relive a day that was like awesome and wonderful.
I
And
don't think I would.
you
think I'd
really
do it
to
that.
have that like euphoric feeling again.
I
think-
think there's a few days in
Having
in
my
life
daughter
I'd
was
relive.
like a really cool day.
Yeah, I'm sure I don't have that, but I think it would be awesome to go 10 years
Listen,
ahead.
I don't have that. So
Bitch, please.
My bad. That wasn't supposed to be mean. But,
No, you're fine.
I'm going to go 10 years ahead and see where it is. And then it's a game to me to make it better.
I suppose.
Oh, you're gamifying your future. Blah. Okay. Nope. Still going back. What
You
did you
can have
say?
your answer.
You can do whatever
Where
you want
did
to do.
I said relive.
You would relive it.
You guys are both going backwards.
Is there a day that jumps out at you that you'd want to relive?
There's a couple. I'm not going to speak on them though because I think the one I'm thinking of, it wouldn't be the one that would be like,
Oh,
yeah. It wouldn't be
it
the
wouldn't get the
child.
awe factor. Okay,
Just
that's
put it
fair.
that way. So I don't want to. Just don't want to answer.
I feel like since I'm being
We don't want to put that on tape.
No, I don't want to put that on.
I feel like since I'm being recorded and Dusty will kill me, I'll be like, not only would I want to relive my daughter being born, but my marriage to my husband.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hi, Dusty. I love you.
There's a few moments in my childhood that I wish I could go back and maybe piece together a little better, so I could
Ooh.
recall it better now.
Yeah,
That'd be the only thing.
that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
it's a nice take.
I like that better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you still want to go forward?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to make it a game. Be like, well, shit, that didn't work out. I'm going to have to do much better, I guess. Just imagine yourself like, oh, shit, I'm laying in a gutter. Oh, this is not good.
Well,
We're going to have to make
oh God,
some life changes here.
We both went morbid.
he did.
Well, it'd be alive in the gutter, just on the street.
Oh my God.
Okay, we're moving on.
Oh yeah. Next one. What's
Would you rather be unstoppable at one skill you don't care about, or slightly above average at everything you actually love?
slightly above average at everything I love?
Me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm at.
I feel like that's been me. Do you guys feel like you're experts of anything?
No.
I'm very much so a generalist. And I kind of embrace that I thought that I'm like, oh God, you're not an expert of anything.
Well, once you think you're an expert, you're never going to learn more about it. So you're
Amen.
never
Yes.
actually an expert, in my
Yes.
opinion.
Yep. But if I could just level up every skill that I have,
Yeah.
that'd be really cool.
I'm the jack of all trades type of thing. I know a little about a lot of
A
things.
lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that.
I like to be confident that there's nothing I'm going to truly fail at.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I can't do.
Yeah.
Surgery.
I can
Surgery.
figure that shit out.
Well,
Other than I hate blood, that's gonna be a thing to get over. Cutting somebody's gonna be. Ugh. I don't know if I can do that, but I'll figure it out.
yeah. Did you guys ever consider going to the medical profession?
I did. I actually wanted to be a radiologist.
I wanted to be a chiropractor.
I did not.
So at
Mine
least
was
I-
veterinary,
Yeah.
and then I realized I hated blood, and I was like, not gonna happen.
I can do chemistry. So I was just like, nope, that's that.
Yeah, that would stop you pretty
No
quick.
medical.
That was quick.
That would stop you pretty quick.
It was literally like first course, first year college
You're
saying,
like,
oh,
nope, not doing this.
guess I'm not doctor.
Would you rather have unlimited confidence but mediocre talent, or elite talent with constant self-doubt?
Confidence. Confidence can carry you pretty far.
Unlimited confidence is what
I
you're saying?
think so, yeah.
But what goes along with the unlimited confidence? You suck.
Mediocre talent.
So I'm oblivious to how bad I really am.
I mean,
Is that what's happening here? I'm very confident that I'm doing good right now, and you guys,
No, you're doing
doing
just
great.
fine. I'm going elite talent with constant self-doubt because that's already like, I think that's a lot of, I don't know, leaders or business owners. That's kind of the way it is. It's always constant self-doubt, no matter whether people tell you you're doing a good job or,
Oh my gosh.
and maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of sleepless nights of, I'm laying, my head hits the pillow, and then it's, did I do this the right way? Did I make the right decision here? Did I do that?
I don't have a lot of self-doubt, so I don't know that I want self-doubt.
It's not fun.
It seems paralyzing to me. Yeah.
It is, because you're turning it, because I know I'm making the right decisions.
You do
but
know.
Did I though? Was it really?
Yeah.
That's why I still play video games, because it takes me completely away from that.
Is that your stressor?
Yeah.
That going back to the
'Cause
question,
it
when you're
literally
stressed
takes me completely
off of it.
thinking about anything. And this show, the shows really completely take my mind off of
That's good.
the worries of life.
Did you change it? Do you want to be confident?
No, I think I want to be confident.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd just be just an oblivious dummy though. But hey, whatever. I'll be confident.
We'll just start calling Vance mediocre. He'll love it.
Hey there, Mr. Mediocre.
I'll take it. Whatever.
Would you rather have a life with zero conflict or a life where you always get what you want, but people challenge you constantly?
One more time.
Would you rather have a life with zero conflict or a life where you always get what you want, but people challenge you constantly?
Oh, that's easy. I always get what I want.
There you
That's
go.
so easy for me.
I don't like either. But I like to live. I'm okay living in tension. So I probably conflict.
I'm cool.
I don't
with
love the
conflict.
idea of always getting what I want though.
Well,
Maybe what you want can change as you're going through the conflict. So then I would arrive to that one still.
that could still change your mind, and
Yeah.
you still get what you want. Right?
Yeah.
I love conflict.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, conflict is fun. It's all good.
Yeah. Embrace it. It's not bad.
No,
Why? People are so scared of conflict.
Yeah,
they are.
It's
and
crazy.
it's not conflict.
It's
is
so hard to deal with people like that.
Yeah.
It is really hard for me to deal with people that can't deal with conflict.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I mean, I don't know how to function without it. So we're going to have to figure this out, because iron sharpens iron, and you're not helping me out.
Yeah, I mean, conflict can get a lot of things done. It's
I don't love people who lean into conflict just because they like conflict.
well, right.
I've worked with some people in the past where they like to argue just for argument's sake. Like,
Well, that's a little bit different.
that's
Yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah,
But conflict is good.
yeah.
I want you to be passionate in why you're arguing with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be passionate about it. And then
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be passionate on my side, and then let's go.
And don't hold back. Don't
Right.
feel like you just have to follow suit and all the things. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be the person who speaks their mind and gets judged, or the person who stays quiet and gets underestimated?
Oh, say it again.
Would you rather be the person who speaks their mind and gets judged, or the person who stays quiet and gets underestimated?
speaks their mind and get judged?
I'm going to go speak. I mean, I like speaking my mind, and I don't mind being judged.
Mm-hmm.
The other part of the question is a
I mean,
little. I'm okay with being underestimated too, but I'm not going to be the one that stays quiet.
Yeah.
I like being underestimated.
I do
Actually,
Yes.
I'm
I
already,
thoroughly enjoy it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already judged and everything. And I was like, that underestimated makes me feel like I kind of want to go that way, but being quiet would be really tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I thoroughly enjoy being the underdog.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite things.
I love that.
I just love proving people wrong.
Mm.
Yeah. Did you answer?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all went the same way.
We did.
With the speaking loud.
Because
speaking
I
our
think
mind.
that's just who we are.
I mean, I'm
Nothing's changed.
already doing that.
Yeah.
So what matters?
Yeah.
Would you rather have your entire internet history read out loud?
Oh,
Nope.
God.
Or have a 10-minute highlight reel of your most embarrassing moments played on a big screen? Totally fine with that.
I am too, because I actually
Yeah.
want to know what someone interprets as my most embarrassing moments, because I'll be like, no, there's way worse.
Yeah.
There's way
Yeah.
worse.
People got to realize we've been on the internet since it was invented. So, I mean, we have a long
Yeah.
internet
Yes.
history
Yes.
that
I'm
we
gonna
don't
pass.
need to get involved with. I'll do the 10-minute highlight reel.
Yep.
Yeah,
100%.
I can make through 10 minutes. That's fine.
Yes.
Don't leak the other file, please.
Would you rather lose your phone for a month or lose your ability to use social media for a year? We've had this question before too.
Social media. For me, anyway. You guys?
Yeah,
I'm
I'd
completely
do that,
fine with
yeah.
that too.
Do you ever give up social media? Do you guys
I
ever go on
never have.
stints?
I do go on stints of like a week
Yeah.
or two, but like with the podcast and with my job, it kind of have to be on it a little bit.
Yes.
But there are times where I'm like, I'm not going to look at certain
Scroll
things.
and browse and do all those sort of things.
Yep.
Yeah.
I suppose I'd do it like in a day's, there will be a day or two where I won't get on it, but
And sometimes those are the best days.
yeah,
They are.
brings you back to nature a little bit.
Sometimes it's so bad I turn on the phone and it's like I grab either the Facebook or the Snap and all those things and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Did I need to do that?
Right.
And
I'm
then
just bored.
And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, what did I just do with 10 minutes of my,
Right.
I should have probably went running for that 10
Right.
minutes. Why did I do that? And so it consumes you too easily.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. Would you rather be able to pause? This is the last one, by the way.
Ooh, cool.
Would you rather be able to pause time for 30 seconds a day or rewind time 5 minutes once a day?
Pause. Say them again.
Be able to pause time for 30 seconds a day or rewind time 5 minutes once a day.
Pause. So that way I can figure out what that answer to the question that I couldn't come up with. And I'd been like, all right, pause, guys. And I'd like go Google my answer. And be like, my answer is this. I don't know if I want to relive something.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go rewind because then if the answer is wrong, I'm
You
gonna
can go
5 minutes
back and redo it.
Guess that was the wrong one, so we're going the other way.
We're going to re-answer and change, but changing the outcome of your life, I don't know.
Who's the guy that was in the Hunger Games? The other main character, the guy?
I didn't watch any of the Hunger Games.
I didn't either. That's probably why I don't remember his name. Anyway, he's in a movie where he gets a ring that he can rewind, like, I think it's like a minute or so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's just fun watching because he just relives himself almost getting killed a few times trying to figure out a safe combination.
Sure.
And I just think about that. I don't know if I want to do that.
I don't think I want to
That'd be
rewind.
fun.
But I wouldn't
Especially
mind.
if it's like you're about to die and that's your last days. Like,
I know, but then you got to figure out all the, and then if you mess
Ugh.
one thing up,
you just keep doing it. Oh no, actually, you only get one try.
Yeah, if you're dead, yeah,
You only get one
You only
try.
get one try.
Yeah, I'm still doing the rewinding.
I think I
I'm gonna
paused.
take my chances.
I think I'd pause to because I don't want to undo something I've done. Because I like to own
But what is
I've
the 30
said.
second pause ever gonna get you?
There might be some times where
30
I'm like,
seconds is a long time.
I might pause and just
What
be
are you gonna
like,
get? It's not
the,
like
the
you can.
chance to think.
Yeah.
What if you're like driving into a wall or something? What's 30 seconds gonna get you?
Enough time to maybe think about.
Opening the door, jumping out.
But you can't do it when it's paused. You're not moving.
But I can think of like, how am I best going to survive this wall that's in front of me?
You can get your spatial awareness going that you should have had before you hit this wall, and see if there's anything to help you.
Yes.
Maybe there's a blow up toy in the back that you can grab real fast. And put
Why
in front of your
is
face.
that?
But if
in
you
the
rewound
back,
it,
Vance,
five-
why do you
What if
have
you went 5 minutes back? You could just slow down and make a left turn over here.
Maybe you
And
won't
maybe
be
there's a
able-
wall that way, and then you can't rewind again.
I'm doing rewinding.
No,
I'm doing rewinding.
I'm still pausing.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay. All right. I mean, that's all I got. Is there anything else that you want to tell the folks out there?
No, I would encourage them to come on this podcast with you all. How maybe that's my question back to you guys, anybody who's listened this long. If they want to be on a podcast with you, what do they do?
We've got the Facebook page. We've got our link trees on there. Our emails on there. I forget what it is. It's agentlifemediagroup@gmail.com. You can email us there. Just reach out to us. We're pretty easy to get a hold of.
That's awesome. I would encourage people to do it. It's kind of a fun little exercise, and you guys aren't scary.
No.
Contrary to popular opinion.
I don't think anybody's ever said they were scared afterwards. Or that they,
Yeah.
Everybody was scared coming on
yeah.
Yeah.
or nervous. Not scared,
Not too many people
nervous.
that we have interviewed have ever done anything in front of a microphone, let alone with a camera. in front of your face. But
So they have never done this before?
like something like this.
This is usually
They've never
their
been on the
first
radio. It's usually their first
time.
time being in a mic in your face
Yeah.
and a camera
I
staring
like that.
at you.
No, I think it's a good, if you have like a story to tell, heck, reach out to these guys. That would be my closing. Like,
Thank you.
heck yeah.
Appreciate that.
It's a good experience. And
You're actually the first interview we've done out here.
oh, you're in a
In
different
this
room.
spot. Do you like this?
Yeah, this is a good setup.
Yeah.
Do you guys like it? Is it working
So
out for you?
far.
So far, it's
Yeah.
worked out. Yeah.
Yeah, we just haven't done as many, so I changed. I'm putting a workout room in the other room.
Oh, because you were up in the garage, weren't you?
We're working out.
Working out, yeah.
Yeah.
It's too cold in the
It
winter.
got too cold in the winter time, and there was so much space in there that wasn't getting used except for like
Got
not even
it.
once a month.
Got
And
it.
I'm like, I need to utilize the space.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we could do it right here.
This is good. I think, is it pain in the tail to set up, pull down?
Took me 20 minutes.
That's not bad then at all. Really good. No, I like it.
Especially if we're going to be doing what we I guess I shouldn't spill that yet.
Spoiler alert.
Some
We've
future
kinda
episodes
talked
may
about
be
it,
out about in Norfolk. So
I'm excited to see those.
yeah, that'll be fun.
I would like to attend those in person too.
We'll have to let you know.
I will follow, follow.
Like, follow,
I think
subscribe.
I like follow, subscribe. I don't know if I subscribe, but I like and follow. So
I
well,
don't even think there's a subscribe button. But yeah.
well, very good.
Glad you had fun though.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Yep.
It's always good to
Thanks
catch
for
up.
coming on.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you again. It's been a long time.
I know. Life goes too fast.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to my
We're old
co.
now.
We are old now.
You're old. I'm not old.
Have you turned 40 yet? Are you 40?
Yeah.
I think
Are
you're
you
older
40?
than me.
You're not 40 yet?
I just turned it in December.
You're older than me then.
Shut up. You're January.
No, I'm December.
December what?
30th.
19th. A matter of a few
I was gonna
days.
say, you're
How old are
definitely
you?
older
You're
than me.
young.
38.
What are you going to do for your 40th? You're trying to close this out. What are you going to do for your 40th?
That's the one rule I have. I'm a planner of all planners. I can do a lot of things.
Not
I
the
will not
birthday.
plan my own birthday.
Oh, good. But do you want a party? Do you want the big fiesta?
I don't. It doesn't matter. It's whatever. It's what my friends and family decide to do for me,
Decide to be your
and
thing.
I will be happy with whatever they decide.
Good.
That's
Good.
kind of how I am.
I love that. I
Now,
love that.
do I make sure I try to plan everybody else's things? 100%.
You are a great host. That is your jam.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's a really good thing. I love that.
That's kind of how swearing is caring kind of came about. Was, just like we could totally do this.
Yeah,
It just kind of made it happen.
that's really good. Very good.
But
Well,
I hate planning my. It was really hard to plan like our wedding because there was a lot of things that I wanted to be a part of it, and I did it. But I was like, I hate doing these things for myself. Like,
Oh,
I'm
sure.
very very bad at
Sure. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So
Well, happy birthday, Vance. I'm sorry I missed that.
Well, happy birthday to you too.
Thanks.
Sorry that
I was
missed
waiting for the
yours.
card.
he told me I couldn't plan his, otherwise I would have.
I
What did
didn't.
you do? Did you do anything?
We went to Sakura.
Sakura's a good choice.
No, he didn't want anything big, so I said, "Oh, fuck you then."
You're getting sushi.
Giselle didn't let me not do anything.
Right.
So Zach and Kai and Preston and Ashley and who else went with us?
Your dad,
Sam and Tony.
your mom and dad came.
Did Sam and Tony go or not?
I don't remember.
No, I think mom and dad were it. I don't remember who all was there.
I don't remember either.
Nice crew. That's a fun crew.
Yeah.
Very, very fun crew.
It's good. Awesome. Well, thanks to my co-host Vance Neidig. Without him, the show would not be what it is. Huge thanks to Andrea. We really appreciate you making time to be here today.
Absolutely.
Keep on the lookout for more great episodes, and we'll see you guys next time.